My name's Archie. I'm a crisis worker here at 614, working for the 24/7 team, which is working with people on the streets, helping them to rebuild their lives. The people that I'm working with personally are people with some with drug and alcohol problems, some with mental problems, all of them homeless, a number of them long-term homeless.
The need for the NAB to have a volunteering program largely comes around as a result of customer feedback. The feedback suggested that they wanted to see fair product and services, they wanted to see NAB look after its employees, and they wanted to see them get more involved in the community.
We've got a core group of people sleeping rough in Melbourne of approximately 80 people that we know and can name and meet. We know who they are. We're working to end their homelessness for them.
When I attended the Authentic Leadership training, it's done in two pieces, there's two workshops, and they encouraged us out of the first workshop to get involved with what I heard as a touch experience.
We have a number of people who are alcohol and drug dependent who, without our help, are going to die.
I thought, here's a fantastic opportunity to get in and make a commitment and give something back to the community.
Basically, Wayne comes, he drives the van, he helps with the feeding of the people. He's built a number of relationships with people in the street.
Some of them are just looking for companionship, some of them are looking for help, some of them are looking for shelter. By and large, they're looking for something to eat. It's all provided and prepared on site at 69 Burke Street, which is the home of the outreach unit, or the 614 unit, I believe. In there they have quite an industrial kitchen set up where they prepare the meals, they box the meals up and load it into the van with drinks and other things like clothing and doonas.
We have a set run of people that we visit. Some of them could be squats of 1 or 2 people. Some of them are actually places on the streets, like outside of McDonald's on Swanson Street.
It's quite amazing. That can blow out to 50 or 60 people at times, aging anywhere down to the age of 9.
We're out on the streets for 2 key reasons: is to provide food and ensure a person has food security, but also to provide an access point for people to commence a relationship with the Salvation Army.
One of the biggest problems here is rostering the right people at the right times.
I went out on the first night thinking it might be quite confronting. Probably saw the worst of the worst on that first night, but saw a great opportunity there for NAB to be further involved in providing volunteers each Wednesday.
This couldn't exist without volunteers. The volunteers are the backbone of the outreach.
And I've started a volunteering program here at the NAB with the outreach unit, so we have 2 volunteers come out each night. That's all advertised on the community volunteering website. Generally when we head off in the van, the 2 volunteers will ask a lot of questions and we'll fill them in on the process and what they might see. We allow them just to stand back and observe at first until they feel comfortable enough to get in there and start providing the food and the drinks and that to those people on the streets, which doesn't generally take long.
Because of the NAB volunteers, we know that the nights they do are covered.
The guys and women we work with get to know them by name, and next thing your expectations are that they'll be there all the time, but unless you're fostering that partnership, that may disappear.
I think at an individual level it's really important to connect, to understand what goes on in the community and see how you can assist and what benefit you can bring to it. But it's also what you take out of it as well.
You get the opportunity to participate in the transformation of someone's life.
I believe that I manage more with insight nowadays than what I ever did before.
Often when I'm talking to volunteers, they'll say, "Oh no, last week I was on tea and coffee." But they weren't really. Last week they were developing with relationships with people at Spencer Street Station.
When we talk about need, I think there's plenty of opportunity out there in the community for NAB to be able to assist. That need is far and varied. In my case, I believe that the need is there with the homeless, in being able to assist with the outreach unit and being able to provide food and clothing and warmth and shelter.